But um, there is a stigma when it comes to black men preferring to date white women. And when
Yes.
you usually ask them, oh, why do you like to date white women? Usually their response is something that they dislike about black women.
I think that a lot of times black men have an issue with being in close proximity to whiteness, and their inferiority complex actually attributes to the people that they date, because they feel as though if they date enough white women, fuck enough white women, have white women submissive enough to them, that they are on a level playing field with other white men.
Like, I knew it, bro. I knew it, bro. I've been saying this forever, but I just needed a little clarification.
What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. Subscriber die trying. You see the thumbnail. More importantly, you saw the clip, and it made me want to ask a question: are interracial relationships easier? Yes, I'm in a relationship. I'm married. My wife is black, blackity black black. So this is a black 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 power house. Okay, but when when I hear these conversations, it's like a lot of projection. And I thought about it. I forget the name of this show, but is it like Sterling K. Brown was the son? He was adopted. The mother was white. The siblings was white, and it was like you loved him more than you loved us. And the mother was out like when dad died, this, that, and the third. And I remember the mother just snapped. She didn't snap like in an angry way. She was like, "But no, it's not true." But she was like, "It's easier. It was easier. I loved him because it was easier. When he didn't reject me, he didn't run away from me, he didn't push me away, he didn't do the things that y'all did. It was easier to love him." And then I thought about it when I saw that. I was like, you know what? A lot of times I think people believe interracial relationships are easier. And what I mean is you've been with your own people, you got bad experiences with your own people. So when you're out in society, or you have fantasies about people treating you better. So you ask a girl on a date, you get the then when you're having a conversation with other women and they seem to be nicer to you, and you're like, is it easier to talk to them? Because that's what it seems like. Excuse me. This is similar to, because I want to say people are having a fantasy. That's what I want to say, right? What I mean by fantasy is this: it's the same premise to me as when you hear ladies talk about, I want a man who makes six figures. Why does she want a man who makes six figures and who has money? Is because that'll make the life easier. Doesn't necessarily mean she likes the person, but she wants the opportunity to have an easier life. So the fantasy of this means easier, so I like this more. And I think people fall into that trap because I remember my homeboy telling me, he said, "Man, I look at my like Facebook, Instagram. He's like, I look at my friends, and all of the brothers that all the black dudes I know, all the brothers I know that's with black women, they got the stone face picture. But all of the guys that I know with white women, they over there, hi. It's like, oh Lord, what's going on? They look happy. Brothers, not so happy. Sister, brother, black on black love, not so happy. Black and white, yay! It's like, okay, you know, they go from, you were black women and you hear Tupac playing in the background, and then, and he just mugging, right? And then, you see him do with a white woman, all you, it's not unusual to be in love with anyone. It's like, bro, what happened? I'm happy, buddy. I'm happy. And I'm like, okay, maybe it's something to that. But I mean, it's the same thing with sisters, because they say, I'm going to divest. And they think life is so much happier because I'm not with you Negroes. I'm not black anymore. You know, I listen to Celine Dion, and Dolly Parton, and I don't know who's some white people. I don't know who's some white. Katy Perry and shit. I listen to Taylor Swift. Alanis Morissette. But okay, I did stop. But people seem like they're happier, right? And then I thought about it. I said, man, the problem with this is for the people who actually go down that path, sometimes, just from my vantage point, sometimes because the person is different, you feel more free to be you. And the things that culturally that people look at you sideways for, you cool with doing it because they can't call you out on it, right? But they ain't gonna give you the side eye. But then the interesting thing is, and it's no nice way to say this. I just thought about it. I think people approach it like, interracial dating is easier, and then dating my own is difficult. So I see all the dysfunction in dating my own, and I see no dysfunction in dating somebody else. And I find that interesting because the dysfunction I've seen, like interracial dating, is like, yeah, that'll never go on if you was with your own folks. They would never let that slide. But it's the, well, we're with them, and it's like, yeah. So it's I don't I think in some ways people feel like it's easier. In some ways they're covering up the dysfunction. You get what I'm saying? Because the grass ain't necessarily greener, but it's lighter green, right? So, we got with somebody white and my credit score went up and my life got a whole lot better. I wore button-up polos and slacks now, and I just look like I just live in the old Navy, and that makes my life so much better. Now I'm transracial. And then when you're sitting at a table full of white people and somebody call you a nigga and they go and everybody laugh and you just sitting there, why did you embarrass me like this? Like, nobody embarrassed you. You knew these people was like this when you got there. you know, Then they'll get on this thing. Why did these black men getting fetishized by these white women? Yep, yep, yep. I guess it's an easier fetish. I don't know. You know, give me that big black car. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. Yeah, she want it. She love it. It's like, I guess it's easier, but at what cost? You get what I'm saying? At what cost? Because I think some of y'all some of y'all are like Steven when it comes to relationships. If you dating somebody black, Lord sweet Jesus, let me kill this nigga. You know, and then if somebody white is, oh, I shows loves you. I sure loves everything about you. You could, use everything. Use my sunshine. Use my sunset. Use my morning star. It's like, okay, calm down, calm down. And I'm not even saying it like I've seen interracial couples of all races pull that stunt. Just like on the flip side, I've seen people uh be interracial couples and they were black, and then all of a sudden these motherfuckers turn in the BT rap city in the 90s. They come down 1 minute, how y'all doing? I'm such and such. Cool, how you doing? We good. 2 months later, what's that, people? What's up, my niggas? Like, you know what I'm saying? Let me tell you, these hoes holding us down, man. Like, calm down. Now you listen to DJ Screw, throwing the game. Like, hold up, Bartholomew. Now it's Be Smooth. Partner, I'm gonna beat your ass right now. It's Be Smooth. Like, okay, calm down. Calm down. Calm down. You know, I like seasoned food now. No, I seen that, Asians have done that. You're like, whoa, how when you turn to the old girl Aquafina now, like, I thought your name was just like Ann or some shit. Like, and y'all, brother on my arm, no brother on your arm. Like, time out. Time the fuck out. How come y'all? And it becomes uncomfortable because even when they get around, like our black folks that aren't really the stereotype, you get that look like, what y'all doing, man? Why are they? And then you have those conversations with people who are non-black and they think because they talk slang, I'm blacker than you. I'm about to beat the shit out of your date, your girl, your boy. I'm about to fuck them up, boy. It's about to be a Nat Turner event. You hear me? But I guess it's because the flip side of it is people date us and they think it's easier to be dysfunctional. You get what I'm saying? My people wouldn't let me do this, so I'm gonna do all this wild shit that I couldn't do with my own. It's like, is it easier? You know what I mean? Same thing sexually. Like, I guess it's easier because oh, you got a fetish, so it's easy to play into the fetish, so it makes the relationship easier because you have these little twisted fantasies. And it's like, yes, I finally can do all of this freaky shit. And it's like, okay, okay, okay. So people like it because it's easier. But I could be wrong. But tell me what you think. Like, share, subscribe. Catch you on the next one. Peace. You ever been at the top of the universe? I'm gonna take you.